Oops, come on, tripod. Coach, what did you see out of the first scrimmage for you guys on Saturday?
I was good to just see guys go through different situations. Instead of just lining up in practice, we put them in different situations and see how they handle adversity a little bit. Try to make it replicate the game situation as best as we can, and it was good. You guys got to see some good things on both sides of the ball, up front, offensively, defensively. Special teams, we had everybody there and lined up, and so it was good.
Was there any good, bad, and ugly that you saw out there?
I wouldn't say I've seen too many ugly. Just as a coach, every time somebody misses an assignment, it's ugly to you. But the guys are trying, the efforts there. It's just cleaning up little things, just so we can be more efficient.
Unlike the past couple of years, where this year you will have a new quarterback, most likely in the backfield, some new faces taking on those roles. Do you see any guys after that first scrimmage? Any guys stepping up right now?
Yeah, we've had guys step up, not just in that scrimmage, but just in general. If you think about it, everybody that's stepping up is somebody that's new for the most part on the offensive side of the ball. Whether it's a transfer or somebody that's been here but has been in a backup role. So the quarterbacks are competing. I'm pleased with all three of those guys and the effort they've given. They all bring a little something different to the table. The running backs has been kind of by committee right now, but we've got some guys here that are trying to be leaders. They haven't been in that role yet, but they're at least trying, and that's one thing I can appreciate, leading by example.
From those three quarterbacks vying for the starting job, is there anybody that has kind of been above somebody else yet?
Well, they all bring something different. Sohail brings playmaking ability. Joey, he brings the stability. He knows the offense, and Drew has an upside that if he gets it all together, could be better than both of them. So we're still working through some things, but we'll know by next week. I think we got it. We'll know we have to in order to put the game plan together. So one thing is right now you teach what you do as a coach is during camp you teach everybody the offense and the defense, and then find out who your best players are and tailor your playbook accordingly.
So, with jobs being one, how important will that final scrimmage be before you guys start that week one practice and getting ready?
Well, I mean, it's not just one day. It's a correlation of days. If you think about all the practices we've had before game week, so those couple days are important. But every day is important for us. We can't afford to have a bad day.
Don't want to jinx anything, but has there been any injuries, or has health been pretty good in camp so far?
For the most part, I mean, I think we try to do our best to keep these guys fairly healthy. The biggest thing is for them learning how to practice. You get hurt when you don't know how to practice and you're on the ground a lot. So we try to make sure we put them in situations and we teach them how to stay off the ground, how to take care of each other more importantly. But you have your bumps and bruises like always, every team, no matter how many people you have. You're going to have that. So we fought through it. We got some tough guys, and guys that are hungry. So when you're the difference between being hurt and injured, our guys are hurt and they're finding a way to fight through it so far.
You were with the Jacks obviously last season now as the head coach, but is there a different feel to being out there, say from last season to this season?
I think it's like that every year, no matter if you're a head coach or position coach. Every year has its own feel, but it's been fun. It's every day's been fun since I've been here for the last year. So yeah, we got a good group of guys, a good group of coaches, and try to bring the energy. And I think the energy is good right now.
With some new coaches on offense and defense, there's a philosophy that touches that Rick would run last year. Do you keep it the same, or will we see a difference in what you guys are running out there this season?
Yeah, like I mentioned, you implement offense, you implement a defense, and then you figure out who your best players are and your starters are, and you adjust. So what we may run today may not be what we have to run week 2 because it doesn't fit what we have our personnel. So that's my biggest thing is always finding ways to fit our personnel, not trying to force a square peg in a round hole. So I mean, there's going to be some similarities, of course, just because we want the kids to feel comfortable. But there's always going to be differences. If we had the same exact coordinators from last year, there's going to be something different. Everybody does something different at some point. coverage, a call, the name of something, a formation. That's just football. So there's always going to be differences and similarities every year.
Still kind of early, but has there anybody in practice that has really caught your eye? Just somebody you feel like, man, this player is gonna have a big season.
We've had a couple guys. I can't name just one. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know if that's bad, but I think it's a good thing because there's not just one person standing above the rest. We got a group of guys that are flying around, playing football, playing hard, to the point that we have to tell them to back off a little bit. So it's not one person that stands above the rest, and I think the sign of a good team is when you have more than one. You have 20. And right now, that's how I feel. I feel like we got a bunch of guys that are excited to be out there, enjoying the process, and just focusing on the process at hand.
As a head coach now, is it a lot more fun? Is there a lot more stress, a lot more work? What has it been like for you?
All of the above. A little bit of everything. It's fun, stressful, but I know what I signed up for, so it is what it is.
As we get closer this season, what has been the response from the community from you guys? Knowing that this is the last season, and I'm sure fans are very supportive of you guys. But what has that been like?
I mean, it's been the same as always. It's always been supportive here. I think a lot of people make more of it out of it than it really is. I mean, we're here to coach. They're here to play football. We don't dwell on it. We don't bring it up unless they have a question. I think everybody else talks about it more than we do. We focus on football. We're not focused on he say, she say, or what other people say, or we focus on going to go put a productive product on the field September 1st.
And speaking of September 1st, do you start thinking about that game bits and pieces now, or wait till next Monday when it's
We're doing a little bit of both. I mean, we have to focus on what we fix our little things and make our tweaks. Focus on us and getting us better, because it really doesn't matter who we play if we can't take care of what we need to take care of. But at the same time, our wheels are starting to turn in that direction, just because it'll be here before you know it.
My last question: the NFL, we're seeing new rules. Is there any rules in college football that your guys are going to have to get used to, and anything new, rules-wise, this season?
Kickoffs, being able to fair catch and get the ball to 25. I think the biggest one for them is the uniforms. Uniform changes. They're trying to be strict on where your knee pads are and how your jerseys are tucked in. So that's never fun for an athlete, but it is what it is.
Any type of penalty if that's the case?
Yeah, there's penalties. It's stuff like that, but it shouldn't be an issue. We'll get it figured out.
Just one question, Coach. What do you like of this year's group of players? What do you like most about them as a group?
That they're all in. These guys want to be here, and there's a lot of guys that didn't flinch, don't flinch mentality. So you can win with guys like that.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
I got one for you, Coach. Your first home game's pretty late in the season, 22nd, about a month away now. What are you doing? Anything looking ahead that far yet? What mark are you looking to make that first home game in this community?
I'm worried about the first game in general. I'm worried about day by day. I can't worry about 3 weeks from now. I don't even know who we play 3 weeks from now. I'm worried about right now. So if you start looking ahead, you ain't gonna take care of the present.